I was very pleased to see that the budget passed this year, and with that, I was glad to see that the budget included reinstating instructional aides at the lower elementary level. I'm here tonight to ask you to also consider reinstating special education teaching assistants at the elementary level. When I began my teaching career, I was placed in one of the first inclusion classrooms in the district in which I was working at the time. Inclusion classrooms were designed to include special education students in regular classrooms instead of self-contained classrooms so they could learn alongside their grade level peers. Times were good and the program was new, so the model was ideal. Each inclusion classroom was staffed full-time by a regular education teacher, a special education teacher, and by a teaching assistant. All students were supported in their learning, and the model was a success. When I made the switch to Roundhill Central, I was quickly tapped to work in an inclusion classroom once again. The model was different, but still it worked. As a regular education teacher, I shared a team consisting of a special education teacher and a teaching assistant with another teacher. The team worked closely with each other to support the needs of the children they were there for. There was always someone else in my classroom who could adapt the curriculum, pull small groups for reteaching, and assist students in meeting both IEP and grade level goals. For the past few years, I have not taught in an inclusive setting, as our student population did not require it. When I was given the opportunity to teach in an inclusion classroom this school year, I was happy to once again participate in a model that I strongly believe in. However, several things have changed since I last taught in an inclusion class. First, Common Core learning standards have been implemented, making instruction much more rigorous than it had been previously. Second, the overemphasis on state test results have begun driving both the content of our curricula and the extremely fast pace at which we must teach in order to be sure our students are as ready as possible for these tests. Third, and most importantly, special education teaching assistants have been cut. This year, I share a special education teacher with another teacher, meaning that my students with IEPs get approximately 2 hours of support a day. That's it. I'm sure you will agree that this is not enough time. Students with IEPs who are placed in the inclusion classroom have demonstrated that they need the highest level of support that we can give them. They need direct instruction, not folder work and computer time. Don't forget, these children are required by the state to follow the same curricula and to take the same state tests as their peers. How can these children reach their full potential without full-time support? As the plans for next year begin to be fine-tuned with the passing of this budget, I hope you will take a close look at the needs of our special education students and reinstate special education teaching assistants where they are needed. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm a teacher at Suffolk High School. I'm a union rep, and I'm the new grievance chair for the RTA, so I figured I'd introduce myself. I'm sure you're going to be seeing and hearing a lot from me in the future. I have a question. Beginning of the meeting, Dr. Howard mentioned and modified the minutes of the executive session, and it referenced the RTA and our desire to videotape the meetings and broadcast them. And she mentioned that I wasn't there, we're not privy to it, but mentioned that it needed to be discussed in executive session with the lawyer. And my question is, why was that necessary when the open government law is as plain as day? I sent an email to you guys as a courtesy to let you know we're going to do it. And I referenced the open meeting law. And in it says, any meeting of a public body that is open to the public shall be open to being photographed, broadcast, webcast, or otherwise recorded or transmitted by audio or video means. Now, I'm just not understanding why it's necessary to spend money to consult a lawyer in that case when, I mean, even I can understand this part. One of the big contentions of this last election in the community, online, Facebook, and whatnot, was the vast increases in legal fees over the last several years by the district. When you see something plain as day as this, I just don't understand why that was necessary, and I think that's something we should look at moving forward. Thank you.